Hi everyone, my name's DIABETOR, and today I'm going to explain why you should focus on leveling up your Vigor and upgrading your weapons instead of upgrading your damage stats in Elden Ring, at least in the early game. So, you'll see here, I am a level 31 character, if you look on the right. I am a level 31 character, but I have all my points into Mind right now, and all my other stats are at the base level of 10, which you get when you start as a Wretch. Here's my Broadsword. Here, this one's even a +3. So you see, I have a +3 Broadsword. It gets a D in Strength scaling because I haven't upgraded it or put an affinity on it. But, you know, it's getting... I have 150 attack power with it right now. So let's go and upgrade this thing and see how much damage I get out of it. So currently, I'm still effectively a level 1 character. I have the same Broadsword, 150 attack power. So let's see. Okay, Strength and Armaments. Let's upgrade this thing to +25 and see what happens. Just to have an extreme example. So let's see. Right now it's doing 325 damage, okay? And this is with a level 1 character, or a character who effectively has the stats of a level 1 character. You know, you can disregard the Mind because that's not affecting my damage, okay? Right? And so the difference is pretty striking. We have a 127 damage on the +0 Broadsword versus 325 damage on the +25 Broadsword. So those are, you know, one is not upgraded at all, one is at the max level. The most extreme example possible, but, you know, it's getting the point across. Okay, so now, let me go and level up my Strength and Dexterity. Let's see. I'm going to equip this Broadsword in my right hand, and I'll have the high-level Broadsword in my left hand, okay? So if you look at right armament 1, that's the unupgraded Broadsword, and left armament 1 is the upgraded Broadsword, and we'll be able to compare the damage as I level up. So let's see what happens if I put 99 points into Strength and Dexterity. Let's see how the damage compares. So putting 89 points into Strength and bringing it up to 99 has increased the damage of the unupgraded Broadsword by a whopping 54 points, okay? It's like, that ain't shit. And let's do Dex too, because that also contributes to the damage. Amazing. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, we're getting 197 points of damage on the unupgraded Broadsword with 99 Strength and 57 Dexterity, okay? So I have a fuckload of stat points into this right now, and it's barely getting any damage at all. It's a complete waste of my stat points if I'm a low-level character and I'm putting my stats into Strength and Dexterity, because it's not doing much. It barely even increased it. It didn't even increase it by 60%. It's slightly over 50%. It's like 55% or something like that. So it's a 55% increase in damage with the low-level sword for 136 levels, or 136 levels, okay? Or, instead of spending those points in this, and, you know, having it be completely wasteful, let's go back down to base level on the stats. You know what I could point, so, like, you know, that was a 50% increase or so in my damage at a low level, with a low level weapon, right? Instead of spending all those points on that, you know what I could do? Is I could put them into Vigor. If I put just 30 points into Vigor, I have more than tripled my health. Okay? So, yeah, I'm still not doing all that much damage because I haven't leveled up my fucking damage stats or upgraded the weapon, but I can survive 3 times as much damage. And in fact, in the early areas, it's going to be even more, because you see it increases my defense, you see on the right. So it increases my defenses, which means that the low-level enemies will do even less damage to me. Against higher-level enemies, defense doesn't matter all that much, but against low-level enemies, like the ones in Limgrave and Liurnia, it can help a lot. So I have more than tripled my health by just putting 30 points into Vigor. Or I can put, what was it, 136 or something like that, 130-something points into Strength and Dexterity and get 60% more damage, okay? So yeah. You want to level up Vigor before you level up any of your damage stats. In the early game, your priorities are leveling up Vigor and leveling up your weapons, which is what increases your damage the most. Most of your damage doesn't come from your stats, it comes from the upgrade level of your weapons. And so that's what you want to focus on. And you know what, just to add on to it, I'm going to make a whole new fucking character, and let's go, let's see what happens. I'll take this thing just for convenience. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to rush the broadsword, which you can get from the merchant on the beach down there, and then I'm going to go and murder fucking Grail, and we'll do a comparison here based on leveling up my vigor versus leveling up my damage stats and leveling up my weapons. Alright, I got the horse. Let's go down to the beach and get the broadsword. Here's a little shortcut. Instead of going all the way down, or all the way up north the beach and then back down, you just drop down onto the ruin right here, and then don't die. And then you're right next to the merchant. He's right here. So let's see. Give me that good shit. Okay. Alright. So what I did was I got the broadsword, I got a bunch of smithing stones around Limgrave, and I went over to the Dragon Barrow so I could get a bunch of golden runes, and I'm going to sell the golden runes. So let's sell them to kill. Okay. I have 25,000 runes. So, I have two options here. Fucking Melina. Okay. So, I can either dump a whole bunch of points into strength. I have 20 points to spend. So I can either level up my strength to 30 and increase my fucking damage to 158, so that's 26 points of damage. It ain't shit. And remember, this is with my unupgraded broadsword. Or I could put those points into vigor and more than double my health. Which one seems like it's probably more valuable? And see, here's the thing, is because I can level up my vigor, right? And then what I can do is I can take those smithing stones. Oh wait, I'm out of runes. Hang on. Here, just for the sake of fun, I'm going to include myself attempting to kill this fucker. Ow. That would have nearly killed me, or probably one-shotted me, if I hadn't upgraded my vigor, by the way. So, doesn't matter how much damage you're doing if you die in one hit, right? Okay, there we go. I should probably heal, but I want to attack. I hate his fucking shield bashes. That didn't do shit. I forgot how bad unupgraded flasks are. Look, unupgraded broadsword did plenty of damage, and I was able to survive the fight because I have 30 vigor. Okay, so now that I have runes, let's go upgrade this thing. So I believe the number was 158 that leveling up strength by 20 points was, so it brought me up from 132 to 158. Let's see what 3 levels at the smithing table will do. Let's two-hand it because that's what I was doing before. 156. So I can level it up 3 times and have 2 less points of damage, or I can spend 20 stat points into my strength instead of putting them into my fucking vigor, you know? So at the beginning of the game, your priorities are leveling up vigor and upgrading your weapons. Preferably, you should get to at least 30 vigor. I generally recommend 25, but 30 is probably a better number to go to. And by the time you're around level 60 or 70 total, you want to have at least 40 vigor. And then, obviously, you want to keep upgrading your weapons as much as possible. And in fact, you want to know where you can go to get some really easy early weapon upgrades for, like, guaranteed and relatively cheap? I'll even show you. I'll include my whole run up to it. Uh-oh, the game freeze? No, okay. I'm gonna just shut the fuck up, and I'm gonna speed up the footage to like 4 times speed, and I'll show you where you can get infinite smithing stone 1s and 2s at the very beginning of the game, okay? I haven't killed a single boss except for that tree sentinel you just saw, so I'm gonna mute my mic now, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm stopping from the speed up real quick. You see that gazebo over there? You know, I took a teleporter to skip across most of the Urnia, of course, to get to where I'm going, which is Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. But there's these gazebos that you can find on the lakes. You know, like that one. There's a bunch of them. They usually have either Smithing Stone 2s or Smithing Stone 3s in them. So those are good to check out if you want some easy Smithing Stones. But we're going to Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel so that we can get the Smithing Stone Miner's Bell Bearing and have infinite Smithing Stone 1s and 2s. And there's also a bunch of Smithing Stone 3s in the tunnel itself. So that's what I'm doing. So here we are in Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. Can I open my map? Yeah. So I'll show a map in editing to show you where the fuck it is because I didn't bother to grab any of the maps. But here in Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel, you can get a fuckload of easy smithing stones, 3, and even a couple somber stones. There's a somber stone 2 and a somber stone 3 up by that statue over there. Of course, you explore the tunnel and I check on your check sometime. It's just a fire damage because that's what these guys are weak to. You see, Smithing Stone 3s, which let you get a weapon up to +9 once you have it up to +6. You see how I didn't instantly die there because I leveled up my Vigor first. So, Vigor is important. Oh, that's not nice. That's not nice at all. There's like 9 something here, I want to say something like that. Plus you can get more from the gazebos around here now, like I said. So you can easily have a +9 weapon very honestly. You go higher, so there's much bigger. Usually that's there. It's not the and kicks my ass. Look, there's even another somber stone. So the boss of this is a Crystalian. It's resistant to all damage except for strike damage, but if you stance break it, then it becomes super vulnerable to all types of damage. You can stance break it easily with like 2 or 3 charge attacks from any weapon. Like that, and then it becomes super vulnerable to everything. Not only do my attacks now do normal damage to it, but you'll also see every single hit will stun it and make it cancel an attack animation or whatever, so it's much easier to kill now. Goodbye. That was only with a +3 broadsword and fucking 10 strength and dexterity. Okay, I was able to take a hit or 2 from it because I have Vigor, which is why Vigor is important. Cannot overstress how much you need Vigor. And he gives me the Smithing Stone Miner's Bell Bearing, so let's go to a Site of Grace so I can go to Melina and go to the Round Table Hold for the first time. I'll pause and skip this. Melina takes us to the Round Table Hold, and if we go into the North Wing, we can talk to the Twin Maiden Husks right over her. Offer Bell Bearing, offer Smithing Miner's Bell Bearing number 1, and now you can purchase infinite Smithing Stone 1s and 2s from them. So let's see, you need 12 to upgrade a weapon 1 level, so, or up to 3 tiers, so let me buy some of those, so that's because I already have a +3 broadsword. You never want to sell weapons, by the way. And there, now I already have a +6 broadsword, and I even have a bunch of Smithing Stone 3s, which I could use to get it up to +7 if I had some fucking runes, which I don't have right now. But you see, I'm already doing 173 damage. It took me... How long did it take me to do this? 30 minutes, okay? And it would have been less if I didn't fuck around as much, too. So, yeah. Level up your Vigor, upgrade your weapons, don't worry about your damage stats until you have your weapons upgraded to like +12 or so. I'd say like more like +9. Then you can start putting some damage stats in, because that is when you will have around 30 to 40 Vigor. So that's what matters. So Vigor first, then damage stats. That's the takeaway. My name is DIABETOR, and I will catch you... Can I get a close-up of that nipple? Yeah. I will catch you later.